Tenemos claramente la siguiente pelea, ¿no? Va a ser Max Holloway. Hoy es su noche, lo tiene que disfrutar, pero ya le va a tocar remar de nuevo después.
¿Platicaron de eso en la reunión? ¿Que pudiera ser el rival si ganaba?
A ver.
All right, so for all my non-Spanish speakers out there, we're going to go ahead and give a quick translation to what Ilia Topuria just said regarding Max Holloway. So basically what he said is, it's clear for me my next fight is against Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria said, congratulations and enjoy tonight, but after fighting me, he will have to go to the back of the line. Now, obviously, Ilia Topuria is challenging Max Holloway next after Max Holloway probably had one of the biggest moments in UFC history, getting a knockout over Justin Gaethje in the very last second of the very last round. After so many people out there counted him out, myself included, Max Holloway did what many people seem to think was the impossible and knock out Justin Gaethje. He got the $600K bonus, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Max Holloway is one of the most talked about fighters because he just had a legendary moment for the UFC and for mixed martial arts as a whole. Now, Ilia Topuria is doing the smart thing, ladies and gentlemen, by challenging Max Holloway, and this has the possibility to be a super fight, given the fact that there's a big possibility that this might actually go down in Spain. So under that post, I did see a couple of Alexander Volkanovski fans pretty much just talking a whole lot of shit to Ilia Topuria, because I guess there were some fans under the impression that Alexander Volkanovski was going to get the rematch against Ilia Topuria, which I can see why they would think that, because, you know, Alexander Volkanovski did get a lot of title defenses, and a lot of people consider him to be the best featherweight of all time. So some people were really confused that he's out here challenging Max Holloway, even though, you know, there seems to be some unwritten agreement that his next fight was gonna be a rematch against Alexander Volkanovski. Now, there was a fan that had some pretty interesting math, ladies and gentlemen, that I just want to mention really quickly, because I can't believe that there's people out there that actually believe and think this way. But there was one fan who came up with the theory that since Max Holloway lost to Alexander Volkanovski 3 times, and Ilia Topuria knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, that much means that Ilia Topuria is just levels above Max Holloway, which I think is pretty freaking hilarious. That's some crazy MMA math, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, some of these fans they don't have too much going on up here. I think it's going to be a great fight nonetheless. I've been talking a whole lot of shit to Ilia Topuria, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that he beat my freaking favorite fighter, which is Alexander Volkanovski. So I'm hoping Max Holloway goes out there and just absolutely beats the shit out of Ilia Topuria. That's going to be on my wish list without a doubt. I'm praying on Ilia Topuria's downfall, without a doubt. But anyways, enough trolling. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this fight is going to be very, very close, in my opinion. Look, because Alexander Volkanovski was really, really good. He was really, really dynamic. He had a great showing against Max Holloway. Now, I don't think Ilia Topuria is as dynamic in the striking, right? And not to say that he has bad striking. I just don't think he's as dynamic as someone like Alexander Volkanovski. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what kind of system he does develop against someone tall and freaking long as hell like Max Holloway in the featherweight division. Now, another thing to consider is the fact that we just saw Max Holloway throw techniques that we've never seen him really throw before, like a spinning heel kick. How many times have we ever seen Max Holloway throw those techniques? Very, very rarely before this fight. So that just means that Max Holloway's striking is only getting freaking better. Now, Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway, I think, is the next fight to book with these two fighters. Something I do want to say, though, if we don't see this fight in Spain, or if we don't see this fight in Hawaii, let's go ahead and make these guys throw down in the Sphere. The Sphere is something that I'm looking forward to so freaking much, and if that turns out to be a great showing, we should definitely have Max Holloway versus Ilia Topuria in the Sphere. Personally, I feel like that would be a great venue for this level of fight, in my opinion. That's just my freaking opinion, but let me know down in the comment section below. It's going to be really tough for a lot of fans out there to pick Ilia Topuria after what we just saw from Max Holloway, and I completely understand anybody for doing so. Mainly for the fact that, you know, Max Holloway just beat a very dangerous guy like Justin Gaethje. Obviously, his confidence is going to be through the roof. This guy is in a bit of a winning streak. If he beats Ilia Topuria, he's going to be champion again. He's already the BMF champion. I mean, it looks like right now Max Holloway has a lot of momentum going for him. And I am personally very, very excited for the possibility of this matchup. Of course, there has to be some things that need to go into play. I mean, maybe we see Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski too. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. But I definitely do believe that if we don't see Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski 2, this is definitely the next huge fight in the featherweight division. All right, so we established the fact that Ilia Topuria wants Max Holloway next, right? I've established the fact that that's the fight that I want to see next, right? Now, one thing that I want to talk to you guys really quickly about is, do we see Max Holloway go down to featherweight? I wonder, because you would think that maybe he likes his new weight class. Maybe he likes the way he feels at 155. Keep in mind that he eats a lot more frequently. He doesn't have to go through as tough of a weight cut, and he has a lot of more power now, ladies and gentlemen. He has a lot more power now. And like I said, Max Holloway has options. He has options right now. And I know what you guys might be asking. Well, if it's not Ilia Topuria, then who? Islam. Obviously, that's probably the fight that if we don't see Max Holloway take on Ilia Topuria, there's a good likelihood that we might see him take on Islam Makhachev. Max Holloway definitely has options, and in my opinion, the BMF title could basically be looked at as like kind of the Money in the Bank type things. For those of you guys that watch the WWE, I don't know if that's even a thing nowadays, but for those of you guys that remember Money in the Bank, if you won it, you could pretty much cash in and, you know, pretty much do whatever the hell you want. So in my opinion, I feel like the BMF title is the version of that, but just in the UFC. You know, with Max Holloway being the new BMF champ, he's kind of cashing it all in right now. We don't know what he's going to pick. We don't know if it's going to be Ilia Topuria or if it's going to be Islam Makhachev. You know, I think that we'll probably most likely see Max Holloway go down to 140 to 145 again, but who knows? Because after the performance he had against Justin Gaethje, anything is freaking possible, ladies and gentlemen. But that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about in this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, it's a pleasure talking to each and every single one of you guys. Peace out and have a good one.